PETA might be like the worst company to ever exist. They claim to want the ethical treatment of animals, but actually do little to help animals in need, and instead spend most of their time preaching cringy propaganda. I'm sure we've all seen Facebook posts and Twitter posts by PETA that just make you want to rip your hair out and have a cheeseburger. And a while back, I also checked out some terrible PETA video games. But today, let's head straight to the source of cringy propaganda: commercials.
Where are you taking me?
If you have family or friends visiting SeaWorld, tell them about this.
Yep, believe it or not, PETA have actually made so many terrible commercials, and today we're going to watch and review the worst of them. Which is probably all of them, to be honest.
A phenomenon caught on tape. At drive-thrus, restaurants, on doorsteps, and even in private homes.
It's happening wherever chicken is being consumed.
Alright, so this one is obviously a anti-chicken commercial. So far, actually not super harmful. It's kind of funny, I guess. People's fried chicken turning into chicken and the chickens attacking. I mean, that's a little humorous. It's unrealistic, which is why it's kind of funny. I have a feeling that's not going to last.
You look at me when I'm talking to you! Look at me!
There it is, the domestic abuse. That's what everyone wants to see.
Look at what you made me do! Look at me!
Screaming children, also very important. Oh, and of course, you need the elderly woman being mugged. That is absolutely essential to any commercial. And bullying. Bullying is... that's important. Some screams can't be heard. Oh my Jesus Christ, what a way to really start off this video. So PETA gets it, right? We get that there's domestic abuse, there's robberies and crime, and there's bullying in our schools. We get that. But what about the fish? What about this fish right here? That's the real issue at hand here. This is actually stupid. PETA is essentially saying, look, if mom and dad fight, get over it. This fish, no one can hear its cries of pain. Alright, what we have here is a terrible CGI fashion show with animals on the runway. But wait a second. Most of the times when models go on the runway in model clothes, they're wearing fur animal coats. So, if animals are on the runway, that must mean that they're wearing... Yep, there it is! People in cages being skinned alive. That is... what? Oh, that's great. That's wonderful. That's what I want to see. A little girl in a cage. You know, that is the last thing I think I ever wanted to see in my entire life. A child cowering in fear, not because they're on the slave market or that they're being traded, you know, trafficking, actual children issues, but no, because the realistic goat monster might skin them alive and wear them on the runway. Good job, PETA.
This is Jessica. She suffers from BWV-AKT boom. Boyfriend went vegan and knocked the bottom out of me.
Okay, I don't want to watch all of this commercial. It is essentially saying that this girl, who is, you know, in pain and has a neck brace, is messed up because her boyfriend went vegan and they did the badoink-a-doink and it was just so intense because he is vegan.
Oh, you're back. You feeling better?
Good job.
Dear God, thank you for the turkey we're about to eat, and for the turkey farms where they pack them into dark, tiny little sheds for their whole lives. Thank you for when they burn their feathers off while they're still alive.
I gotta hand it to this one. This is actually the most realistic interpretation of a vegan who will not shut the hell up about being a vegan.
And special thanks for all the chemicals and dirt and poop that's in the turkey we're about to eat.
I really want to bully that girl. You know what I'm saying? I want to go back in time, go to school with this girl, and do this.
Yeah! Cry!
I mean, this commercial isn't helping anybody. It's turning off anyone because vegans already have that reputation of being annoying and preachy, and this little girl isn't making things any easier.
Oh, and thank you for rainbows. Amen.
Attention shoppers!
Do exactly as I say and nobody gets hurt.
Resist and innocent creatures will be beaten, scalded alive, dismembered,
And their throats will be slit.
Oh my god! Violence! Yes, violence always solves everything.
It's your choice. But if you know what's good for you, you'll meet my one
simple demand. Go vegetarian!
Kind of a funny commercial. This turkey taking over this supermarket and threatening death and violence upon the people. That is kind of funny. I feel like this commercial was made back in the day when PETA was trying to send a message, but nobody was listening, which is why we have the commercials nowadays and the ones that we've kind of already looked at that are aggressively cringy and just the worst things ever. Because people will talk about the worst commercial ever. Nobody's gonna talk about the funny commercial where the turkey takes over a supermarket.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this, aren't you? Almost done.
God damn it, dude, another family at dinner. I wonder how great this is gonna go.
Ready to carve.
Here we go.
That's a baby.
Can I have a leg?
Bro, how are they supposed to take it? How are we supposed to take this seriously if the little girl is saying, "Can I have a leg?"
A leg it is. I'll do the one.
Bro, they're all having a great time. What's the problem here? Most turkeys are killed for food before they're 6 months old. And what are you doing to stop that, PETA? Apart from cooking babies, apparently. The problem I have with PETA is that they're always preaching these kind of messages like, did you know turkeys get killed when they're 6 months old? Then what are you doing about it? They're not doing anything. All of these commercials, they cost money, right? That's money you could be putting into anything else instead of producing cringe like this. Let's just pretend that this commercial and all the commercials we watched, let's just pretend that they cost $10,000 to make, right? You have actors, editors, cameramen, everything. Let's just say it costs $10,000. Instead of making a cringy propaganda piece, why don't you just take $10,000 and give it to your local animal shelter? Oh boy, maybe these commercials don't cost $10,000 because this animation looks like Go Animate. Ah yes, the love of a boy and his turkey is very strong. Oh my god, they're killing this poor kid! Do it! Do it! Do it! Boo!
Thanks.
You know, I was enjoying that video until the boy got saved, you know? I was... Whatever, I really want a cheeseburger so bad right now. Suffocate, to kill by preventing air from reaching the lungs or gills.
In water, humans drown, just as fish suffocate on land.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I get it that you're trying to be artsy-fartsy and send a deep little message here, but unfortunately for you, you are Joker, that's Joaquin Phoenix, and I can't take it seriously. Sorry. Sorry, we live in a society, buddy. You're laughing. Joker's drowning in this pool for a PETA commercial and you're laughing. Alright, these are really annoying and stupid, so we're gonna look at one last PETA commercial. But I need to preface this by saying this one is easily the most tone-deaf and just offensive commercial I think I've ever seen in my entire life, so I'm gonna try and be more serious with the approach to it, okay? Let's begin. Alright, so it starts off with these women holding up signs, saying things like, they were stronger than I was, I couldn't move, when I woke up, I couldn't believe what had happened. And the women holding up these signs, they look very disheveled and traumatized. Now, if you saw this on TV just out of the blue, you would easily assume that it was some kind of PSA or commercial for victims of sexual abuse, right? That's what they're portraying right here. And these signs get more and more disturbing, saying things like, they cut me and burned my brain, they cut me open, they all watched. And it's really like uncomfortable. It makes you feel not okay. But then this happens. This is a PETA commercial for lab rats. Now look, I get it that it's messed up to test on rats. I wouldn't approve of that. I would shut that down. I don't want people testing on rats because it's messed up to what they do to them. But this approach of tricking people and showing these women, and instead it's like, LOL JK, this was Timmy the rat. It's just like the most tone-deaf thing I've ever seen in my life. And then it says this, of the 5 experimenters previously profiled by PETA, only 1 still receives government funding. The way that's worded implies that PETA was the one who shut down these rat studies or just rat experimentations, and there's only 1 left. PETA never did anything. PETA was too busy making this commercial instead of actually trying to fix a problem. Just because the things were shut down doesn't mean that PETA was directly involved with it, which they weren't. This is the worst thing I think I've ever seen in my entire life, combined with all the other crap propaganda that PETA had to offer. So that was the PETA commercials. In protest, I think everyone should get a cheeseburger and take a nice picture with it like this, right? And tweet it to PETA, at PETA, and let's let the world know that we actually don't give a shit about PETA. Thank you so much for watching these bad PETA commercials with me. I couldn't do it alone. I would never want to do it alone. And, cheeseburgers for everybody.